Hello, this is Miroslava. I am the Metaphysical Chick, and today we are diving into the symbolism or the spiritual symbolism of the number 13. Now, is this really an unlucky number? Why are there so many superstitions around the number 13? And also, what is the connection with the goddess? Let's find out. Elemental, I feel like an elemental now. I do want to say that the information in this video is also on my website as just a blog post, so if you want to share it, I highly appreciate that. Or if you don't want to watch the video and you just want to read the information, you can find it there. Before I share the message that I received from Mary Magdalene, I do want to touch on why the number 13 is seen as a very unlucky number. Now, where does this superstition come from? Like, where did it all originate? And when I was doing some research, I did find that the main reason this number has been so demonized in a way is because of the church. And so what the church believes is that the number 13 represents the 13th guest at the Last Supper. And this guest, of course, is Judas, which is the man that betrayed Jesus. And so the whole superstition started because of this. And I'm sure there are more superstitions and there are more stories about how it became so demonized, the number. But the one that really stood out to me was the one that the church did, or what the church did. The reason I am sharing about the number 13th now is because we have a new moon taking place this March the 13th. At the time I am recording this, it is this weekend. When I was connecting Mary Magdalene a few weeks ago, she kept telling me about the number 13. I was very confused. You know, like, why is this coming up now? And then move forward a few weeks later, I am here and there is a new moon, and at the time I had no idea that the Pisces new moon was going to be taking place on that day. Now I want to share some of the spiritual symbolism regarding the number 13, and I do have them written down, so I am going to be reading them. The number 13 represents the average number of a woman's cycle in a year, and this is the same number of lunar cycles within a year. And as you may know, the moon is so closely connected to the divine feminine energy, so that is a powerful connection there with the goddess. Also, it is said that the number 13 represents the return of the embodied Christed divine feminine. These are the teachings and the key codes of Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, the Shekinah, Sophia, the bride of the Logos. It is the divine feminine aspect of God, of source. It's a lot of healing that is taking place at this moment, not only within divine feminine embodiments like myself, but in men as well. And we are reconciling with this divine feminine aspect within each and every one of us. It's very beautiful, so magical. Secret societies in ancient Egypt and mystery schools, they understood the authentic expression, the energetic expression of this number, and they utilized it to honor the divine feminine, to honor the goddess. This number was highly honored and respected also in the ancient civilizations of Atlantis, again, ancient Egypt, Lemuria. Lemuria is this beautiful divine feminine consciousness, and so it's also tied together to the goddess, to that Sophia consciousness within the earth, within the cosmos. And it's just so beautiful again to see this returning and being rebirthed through each and every one of us. The healing that you are doing, the healing that we are doing as a collective, is not in vain. It is happening for a reason, and what a powerful fucking reason this is. Now, like I did mention earlier, I do believe that the feminine energy, the number 13, was all twisted in a way, or hijacked, to make this essence of God, of the divine, seen as evil. And there's been a lot of misinformation regarding all of this, and yeah, I just think it's time for us to tell our story. We are no longer under their control, and we are free, and we are going to speak our truth. So now I want to dive into the message that I received from Mary Magdalene. I do have the message written down here, so I will be reading it. Just receive whatever resonates, okay? Now, keepers, guardians of the divine feminine sacred template, are rising from the ashes of the distorted feminine to awaken humanity. This is taking place in order to shift the timeline of the earth to a fifth dimensional experience. They tried to suppress the sacred lineages of feminine code carriers, fearing the collapse of their creation, a creation that was intended to control. They feared because they did not believe. They feared because they lacked the understanding. They feared because the feminine force in its sacred form is undefeatable. They feared because they had big egos. They lacked emotion, connection, compassion, love. The number 13 marks the rebirth and full integration of divine feminine codes. Now, the ministry of Christ consciousness that Yeshua and I initiated wasn't meant to be run by a specific gender, nor to classify a specific gender as better or closer to God. The ministry was meant to reawaken the Christed light within humanity's soul. The church created followers. We initiated leaders. It's never been about humanity following Yeshua or myself. It's always been about us inspiring the reawakening of your soul's authentic truth. Be free. Do not follow me. Do not follow Yeshua. Be you. The real you. Without the many layers of conditioning and trauma, that's what the world is craving to see. That's what we need. I've been feeling a lot this energy rising within myself. I've been working and healing and just merging back with my inner child to really be able to embody and be my authentic self. I've been also connecting a lot with sisters that have been with me for lifetimes and have returned to this earth as high priestesses within the Magdalene order to uplift the planet and to really finally and fully clear the divine feminine template. And because there's been a lot of negativity, a lot of toxicity, and we've been doing this work all of our lives, and it's culminating and it's all coming to this point to be fully integrated and to be fully healed, so that once again the divine feminine energy can rise and can step into her throne. And that's what Mary Magdalene was talking about, how the church and the patriarchy, they stepped in to make men seem as the almighties and the powerful ones on this planet, and the divine feminine energy was casted away. And so I do feel that with this new moon that is taking place on the 13th in the sign of Pisces, there is a lot of spirituality that is being anchored. There is a huge energetic purge that is taking place within each and every one of us. And the divine feminine high priestesses that have already awakened, we are anchoring even higher vibrational energy into the planet to awaken more of our sisters and more of our brothers. I do feel that the sisterhood is coming together during this new moon, energetically, spiritually, and perhaps even physically, to heal, again, like I said, the divine feminine template. And one of the reasons I feel this is taking place is to really stand in our truth and in our power to assist the masculine energy. I do feel that in a way there is a lot of healing that has to take place within the masculine energy, that it's been a little difficult to accomplish. And so we are gathering, the sisters are gathering to heal, to support each other, to feel seen and accepted within this sisterhood community, so that we can then rise and assist the masculine and be seen as their equal. So that is very powerful, and it is very beautiful. So that's what I have to share with you today. Again, I do have a blog post about this on my website. I do offer services if you need assistance on healing or addressing the trauma, and I do have other blogs. You can see more information there. So thank you for being here. Have a beautiful new moon, and if you're seeing this past the new moon, know that the divine feminine is rising in you. Even if you're a man watching this, you also have divine feminine energy. That divine feminine essence is merging back with your divine masculine energy. That is the divine union that is taking place, and all is happening in the bridal chamber that is our physical human temple, and it's beautiful. Feel like an elemental.